Greetings, Masandawana. Greetings, Saint Eloy Lupopo supporters. We are back with another installment of the Yellow Corner, bringing you the preview of Mamelodi Sundowns versus Saint Eloy Lupopo in the CAF Champions League group stages game 1 fixture that will be taking place on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock at Loftus Versfeld. Finally, it's actually good to be back after what feels like a very, very, very long time because of the FIFA international break, and we went there early because we didn't play the week before that, as it was the Culling Black Label knockout semi-final weekend, so we had no game. So it was actually a long break for us, more so for Rabs, who finally makes his welcome return after a very, 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 very long time. So yeah, Rabs, welcome back to the Yellow Corner. How are you?
Yeah, no, as I'm good. It is nice to be back, and I'm looking forward to this preview and more previews to come. And hopefully, I won't disappear again.
You just saying more previews to come, man. I got doubt talent now, because yeah, no, with you, man. But like I said, the last time Raps couldn't be with us for a while, it was because he decided to charge his phone late at night in the car and then leave the phone in there and Bafana Babshlale bamufitela. But yeah, perhaps let's get straight to it, man. Your thoughts on our group? Where do you see us finishing, and the importance of winning our first game more so at home?
I think it is a tough group as well. I think as much as we are the team with a lot of experience in the CAF Champions League, but we shouldn't underestimate our opponents, man. I think Lupopo, as much as they've made 4 appearances on the CAF Champions League, and this is their first group stages, I think they want to go as far as where they can. They want to get into the knockout. As for LG, I think they're a good team. They are North African teams, and we know that North African teams they always try to go as far as they can in the CAF Champions League, and they're difficult. They are the difficult teams to play against because of once you go to North Africa, you know what to expect. As for the other team that we normally play against, which the third
Hilal.
one, Hilal. I think we have played Hilal several times in the group stages, so we know what to expect from them. And also Lebanon, I think they know us very well. But it will be a tough group. But I think as well, we stand a chance of finishing the group on top because of our experience and our history in the CAF Champions League. But I think we need to fight and end those points and ensure that we go to the knockout stages finishing on top.
And the importance of winning our first game more so being a home game.
I think, especially the team we are playing against, man, I think you need to beat these guys at home because of once you go away, I think it becomes difficult for us to get positive results because of we know how difficult it is sometimes to go away and get maximum points. So I think it is very important to get that first 3 points so that you adapt well into the group stages and you don't have to dig deep into your second game and fight to get 3 points by all means. So I think getting the first 3 points, I think, will ease the pressure on us, man. So I think it is very important for us to collect maximum points in our first game.
Yeah, no, man. For me, it is certainly not an easy group, but it is not the worst group that we could have been drawn in. I think we go into this group being most probably everyone's favorites to win it, and I expect us to top it, and I expect that to happen, man. With the first game being at home, I think it is very, very important to win your first game in the group stages, more so being a home game because it sets the tone for the rest of the group stages. I mean, if we get 3 points on Saturday, we're not that much under that much pressure to get maximum points in our next game away in Algeria, So I think it is very, very important that we start on the right foot and which will set the tone, like I said, because you don't want to go into the last two group games looking around you or needing favors from other teams, So I think it is very, very important to win this game, man. Perhaps what needs to happen this season, in this season's CAF Champions League campaign, for it to be considered a success or for it to be considered successful for Sundowns? Because for me, the only thing that needs to happen this season in the CAF Champions League is that we need to win it. Anything else will be failure for me, because you can't go from being last season's losing finalist and then this season not going a step further. A step further means you need to win it. Anything else, anything other than that is regression. It's failure for us, So I think the only thing that needs to happen this season is that we need to win the CAF Champions League, man. And for Sundowns to go 10 years without winning the CAF Champions League, man, because by the time the final plays next year around June, it will be 9 months, 9 years and a few months. That's basically 10 years, man. With the investments that we've seen and the type of players that we have, the resources that we have, claiming to be competing with the big boys of the continent, being that team that everyone or a lot of people are scared to face, man. More so the North African giants, man. But we only have one CAF Champions League to show for that period. I don't think that sits well with me, So I think the only thing that needs to happen this season, as much as I don't think we have the best squad, when you compare the squads that we've had maybe in the last 3 seasons and to the one that we have this season, I don't think this season's squad is better than the squad that's won previously, but the pressure is there. It's Mamelodi Sundowns. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think you're correct, man. And you look at our previous performances in the CAF Champions League. I think we have exited the semi-finals several times, man. I think it was difficult for us to cross that line and reach the final. But last season we managed to get to the final, and unfortunately we lost. And I believed if we did things right, I think we could have won that final, man. So I think in this season, man, we need to go all out and win this CAF Champions League, man. Because of you're correct when you say last season you reached the final, you lost. The best thing that could happen this season is to win the CAF Champions League, and other than that, it is a failure, man. So I think we need to go all out and do our best to win the CAF Champions League. But this season, I'm less confident than the other seasons because of our performance, the play, we have a smaller Nyana squad, and also the game will come very fast when we progress into the knockout stages. So I think this season it will be more difficult than the other seasons, man. And I'm less confident that we'll reach the finals, man. But sometimes in the CAF Champions League, there are small details that count in order for you to reach the final, man. Sometimes you just need to do things correct, and a bit of luck here and there will help you to get to the finals, because of we have seen some teams that don't deserve to reach the final or to win the CAF Champions League, but they've won it. So I think that's the nature of this tournament, when it is how it is, because of you look at sometimes Libo Alach, as much as they have the pedigree of winning this CAF Champions League, but they would have that slow start in the group stages. Once they get to the knockout stages, they're a totally different team, and like they hammer everyone. And sometimes we ask ourselves, oh, these guys, they don't play the best football in the continent, but how come they are able to reach the finals every year, every year? So I think, Lorona, man, I think we need to get into those smaller details and see how we can be able to cross that line of winning the CAF Champions League, man. But for now, man, I'm less confident, man. I'm less confident this season. But maybe being less confident, maybe there'll be a surprise, man.
Perhaps, to be honest with you, I'm not as confident as I actually said this earlier on in the season. I can't remember whether it was during the preview or not, but I think I've said this several times. I'm not as confident as I have been in the last few years, But sometimes, man, luck, actually, a lot of times, luck plays a huge role in winning these tournaments, I've seen Al Ahly mud proper mud but at the end of the season, they are on the podium celebrating the CAF Champions League, So maybe the fact that we are not as confident and as we've been in the past, maybe, hey, this might be our season, And I know you mentioned Ali and said they start slow and then once they get to the knockout stages, because in the group stages at times they, but they make it through, they go to the quarterfinals and then you see pedigree abona. But with that said, man, I raved about the signing Star Ali this season when we did the season preview, but they've not been the Ali, you look at how they're doing in their league, they changed their coach. They were coached by coach of Pirates.
Jose Ribeiro.
Jose, and he left, and they've not been that wow, with the signings that they have made, So you just never know what might happen this season, Maybe we might just have to give away the league for us to win the Champions League. And I don't know how the Yellow Nation will feel about us not winning the league, because
if
yeah,
we
man,
win that league,
yeah.
Winner that league.
Our opponents, man, Lupopo, they knocked out Orlando Pirates in the second preliminary rounds at CAF Champions League, man. Can they cause another upset on Saturday and doing this without their coach, Guy Bugasa, who's been suspended for 6 games? Can they cause an upset for you on Saturday?
I doubt, Isaac, because I've seen how they played the away game here in South Africa against Orlando Pirates, man. I think the approach that they used, as much as they were able to win that game on penalties, but I think the approach that they used, it was a negative. But one would say it was the right approach because of they had
three
goals
goals.
advantage. Yeah, one would say they had to do what they had to do in order for them to protect their scoreline and try to concede less goals. But unfortunately, Orlando Pirates were able to bounce back and equalize. So I think for now, I doubt they'll cause any harm for us in this game because of their approach, as I've highlighted. And also, you compare their experience and with our experience and the history of the two teams being on the CAF Champions League. I think we are the favorites in this game, and I doubt that Lupopo will be able to defeat us, man. As much as Sundowns, it is not doing well, but Sundowns, even if they are not doing well, they are able to win games, man. I think it is within us, man. So I'm expecting us to win this game. As much as Lupopo managed to knock out Orlando Pirates, but I think this team won't cause any harm to us in this first game of our group stage.
Man, the standards at Sundowns are incredibly high, man. Imagine saying your club is not doing well while they're sitting on top of the log and they're in the group stages of the CAF Champions League. Yes, they've lost out on 2 domestic trophies, but yeah, no, the standard at Sundowns is really, really high, as it should be, man. I highly doubt they will cause an upset. If they do, man, then I will know we are far worse than I thought we were, So I highly doubt it. And their coach not being on the bench on Saturday, man, is a huge blow for them, and as it will be for any other team, because as much as he might be there, Kana King, Disutu mo le mo was B balcony at Loftus. It, yes, these days there's communication. He'll probably be sitting next to the analyst who will be relaying the message to the bench. But at times, the coach being there, he's quick to relay the message instantly. He instantly relays the message to the players. It doesn't take long. So I think they more so with how I expect them to play, because I think the way they will be playing. I remember Mourinho saying something about Luke Shaw, that Luke Shaw is a very good player, but the media had said Luke Shaw played well, and then Mourinho's his response was that, yeah, he played well because I was the one coaching, telling him everything to do, because he was close to me. So Leona, their coach not being there to maybe control the message, remote control, will work against them, I believe so, in this game. Your thoughts on the game and what can we expect from it?
I think from our opponent, man, I think we've seen them. Uh, we watched their game against Orlando Pirates. I think their team, judging based on how they've performed against Orlando Pirates, I think they're a team that will come here and look for a draw, man. I think a point for them, I think it will be the best results that they can get. And a win for them, which is highly impossible. I think for them, a win will be a bonus, man. So I'm expecting a team that will defend, block.
Kyala ni amanye Landa Arabs.
Man, it a phone call, man.
Do you want to take that call or what?
Let's proceed, man.
Okay.
Hopefully, don't disturb us. So I think they will come
Tell
here
your
and look for a
girlfriend to
draw.
stop calling you when we're recording.
I think they'll come here and search for a draw. And also, I think I'm expecting delayed tactics from them, and because of the first 5 minutes of the game against Orlando Pirates, you could see with these guys, they are not here to play football, man. These guys, they are here just to minimize the minutes on the clock and progress, man. So I think against such teams, it is very important to score as soon as possible, man. Like get the goal and also dictate the game. Once they open up, you are able to search for the second goal, because of they will be exposed and they will be forced to push and get an equalizer. And their defense, man, I think as much as they have tall defenders, but I think they are very sloppy at the back, man. More especially their goalkeepers in terms of clearing the ball and the communication between that triangle, the two center backs and the goalkeeper, man. I think it should improve because of they'll be faced against a team that will have more attacks on them. So I think they need to do better. And also, one thing I've realized about a low block, having too many players on your box, it invites a lot of pressure and you end up making a lot of mistakes. I think the first goal of Orlando Pirates, it was a deflection whereby the police took a shot. I can't remember very well who scored that goal. So it shows sometimes having too many defenders on the box, but I think it works against you. Yes, you want to protect the goalpost and not to concede any goal, but you should be organized with the low block, man. Don't just make a low block for the sake of trying to avoid a conceding, but it should be well organized, and being well organized, it minimizes those mistakes, study deflections. And one thing I've seen about this Lupopo team, I think they have jersey number 10, who's left-footed. I think he's one of their best players, man. As much as he's a little bit slow, but he's good. He can turn, and also he can link up with the forward players, and he has an eye for a pass where he can play the
Mhm.
pass behind the defense of the opponent. I think it is the player to look for in this game. And they are jersey number 23 as well. Against Sanga, I think their number 3 was the best player, man. Like he plays on the left, he's a winger, but he's right-footed. So some of the times he cuts in and try to create an angle for himself or to be able to connect with the players around him, and sometimes he's able to take on defenders and using the skills and his abilities. So I think it is very difficult to predict such a player because of you don't know what to expect from him. And lastly, one thing I've seen about this team, they take shots outside the box, man. Like against Orlando Pirates, they scored 2 goals outside the box. So we should be able, once we sense some danger and once they approach our box, we should be able to close them quick and do not allow them to take those shots outside the box. I spoke about Lupopo playing a low block. I saw Mamelodi Sundowns playing a high line that is, I don't want to say insane, against TS Galaxy, but yeah, hey, that high line, man, oh,
It can't be
like,
worse than Hansi Flick's Barcelona's highlight.
like the thing is, playing a high line, it needs like all 4 defenders. Like the telepathy should be on the same level. If we stand and form a line and we make an offside trap, we should execute that very well. But if one defender out of those 4 can switch off, like it opens a huge chance for the opponent. And you look at the chances that TS Galaxy created, they came from those situations where like our highline was not well organized, and also highline playing a highline. It is not only about the defenders, man. It is about the midfielders, the strikers as well. If we're playing a highline, that means the people who are in front of the defenders should close the opponent ball as soon as possible. You don't need to give them time to think and time and play a pass to the opponent, because of once you are not able to apply that high pressure by closing the opponents very quick, we give them the advantage and the time to play the ball. And as for the goalkeeper lane, there should be good communication between him and his defenders, man. Because of sometimes high ball, high line, it requires the goalkeeper to be a little bit closer to his defenders so that
To be fair, that's one of Ronwen's strengths. He's very, very good at reading those balls and playing as a sweeper keeper. And if you remember very well, in the game at TS Galaxy, Puso went through,
yeah.
and then Ronwen was able to shut him down. Like he proper reminds me of this guy who annoys me so much since he became. Okay, let me not even talk about him, but continue, Ups.
Yeah, and I think we have a point, but as I don't like how our defenders exposed Ronwen, man. Like
On
the
is
amount of
is
times Ronwen came out, I think it was not normal. As much as he's good, but he can get a red card anytime because of he can go outside of his box and the ball might touch him
Mhm.
on his hand, or he can make a foul, and that is a red card. But for us again, man, I think because of this team will play a low block, I think we need the ball players that are able to carry the ball forward, man. We might need good passers, yes, but good passers that are not progressive, man, I think they won't help us in this game. We need people that have the energy to circulate the ball, to run and look for the ball, to support the players, to make progressive passes. Like we need players who are full of energy on the pitch in order for us to beat these guys. Because of like sometimes playing a highline can be frustrating, and the more you're not able to get behind the defenders of the opponent, it becomes difficult for you to create those chances, man. And speaking about progressive movement, I think a player like Blesser in this game, I think will be very suitable, man, because of Blesser, man. One thing about him is full of energy. When he passes the ball, he helps the player who's receiving the ball, and his ability in terms of running with the ball forward. I think we need those kind of players. So I think that is what to expect from this game, man.
Hey man, we know Blesser, man. Even if the game dictates for Blesser to start, but the contract situation that Sundown says, nope, certain players must start. There are certain players. During the FIFA international break, I went back and watched that game here, the Pirates, because I had missed it, and I was like, okay, so Pelang played 90 minutes in this game. Wow, okay. But yeah, man, my thoughts on the game, because you've summed up a lot of pointers that I also have, man. I think they will certainly bring their dark arts, and that's the first and the most important battle that we need to win in this game.
Yeah.
I like what Cardoso said in the press conference leading up to this game. He said we need to leave all the wrong emotions in the locker room, which is something that I concur with, because your mentality when you play against such a team, you must make sure that they do not frustrate you, because once they do, they've won that battle, And I think they will approach this game not too dissimilar to how they approached their game against Orlando Pirates. Obviously, low block and compactness. But also taking into consideration, okay, this is not a knockout game. They will not be as negative as they were against Orlando Pirates. I think a first half goal will do us a world of good, because the more this game stays a stalemate, the more the ball won't be in play in the game. And if you go to the second half, it's still nil-nil, man. With that 45 minutes will feel like 5 minutes, because that's the amount of time the ball will be in play. Our rest defense, which to be honest has been absolutely horrific, like you mentioned earlier on, needs to be on point. More so when we're going to face someone that you mentioned, the guy that you mentioned earlier on, Enoch Molia, he was very good against Orlando Pirates when they were they used a transition. So our rest defense need to be really good. They are not afraid to go route one, to find this big guy Kashala for the flick-ons, and then look to win the second balls with guys coming from the sides. So we need to be careful of that. You also mentioned the fact that they are a big team with proper big boys, and you look at their last 5 games, 3 of the 7 goals that they've scored have come from the crosses or the set pieces, So they use their height, The players that I think we need to be keep an eye on are some of the players actually. It's Kashala, Mulia, Mika, and Mavunga. I think those are guys that we need to keep an eye on, And I think we need to control this game and not let them control it with their gamesmanship, move the ball around, but with a purpose, and I want Sundowns to play well in both halves. I've seen Sundowns become a 45 minutes team, which is something that really frustrates me. Or we play well first half, and in the second half, we just not there, So I want us to dominate. There's a picture that I will put to show how much pressure I want us to put on these guys, and have as many players as we can in their final third, because they will be they'll have a lot of members but compact. So I think our fullbacks might be key in this game, and their decision making once they get into great chances, or once they find space in the wide and half spaces, will be very, very important. Take shots. Pirates took shots and from outside the box. The first goal came from that. The goal that sent the game to penalties also came from that. So if there are a lot of guys in front of the goalkeeper, anything can happen. There can be deflections, like I said, and I want to see. Cardoso must find a way to break this low block, and not just. We must not just waste time playing balls at the back, moving from right back, center back to the other side, and playing a lot of passes at the back against a team that has no intention of pressing us, because the intention of moving the ball around is to suck them in. Once you suck them in, you bypass their press. So if they don't press us, there's no need to waste time playing balls at the back. Your lineup?
I'll have Ronwen, Mudau, Cupido, between Grant and Mosamen. That were a Grant these days. I'll keep him. I'll have Grant with a Cupido, then Zera as my left back. Then my midfield two, I'll have Mukwena and Blessa. And then my front four will be Matthews, Santos, Sales, and Shalulili.
Okay, we have only two players, Eresa Dumelan and Gabon. You know the stance ka Allende is playing. Stop fooling yourself. It's Williams, Mudau, Tekana, Cupido. I think, I don't want to say you're being too harsh on Grant, but our defense in general, these days, I think Mudau is the only one that you can say you will get what you expect from him these days, But our defense in general, I've not been too happy with it. So I think you just talking about Grant. But yeah, so it's Mudau, Tekana, Cupido, Mudiba, Mukwena, Allende. I hope Shika is fit. I would have Shika start this game if he's fit at 10. And then Sales, Matthews, and Shalulili. Score prediction?
We'll win 2-0.
Now I must. Then I'm also going for 2-0, but yeah, I think we'll win 2-0. And yeah, you want to say something?
Every time when I mention my scoreline, like, you just copy and paste.
I'm not sure if you can see here. 2-0.
Okay.
I hope it appears on camera. Thank you guys for watching, and we will please continue subscribing and helping us grow this channel. We'll be back next week, Wednesday, to bring you the CAF Champions League group stages game week 2 fixture as we travel to Algeria to take on our former coach Mlu in the CAF Champions League, man. And the game will be on Friday, so the preview will be on Wednesday. Until then, Sharp Masandawana, Sharp Raps, go call Mama. I think it was Mama who was calling you or your girlfriend. It is definitely one of the two, so go return that call. Sharp Raps.
Sharp, as it was nice being back, and I can finally declare that on Wednesday I'll be available.
I won't put my money on it. Sure, Raps.